All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shadowbringers, technically. Do I need to do a quest first for this? I might. So, I'm here for the, the Shadowbringers Alliance raid. And I might have to do a quest before I can, start that. We'll give it a shot and see. It's got to be one of the blue quests, right? That unlocks it. Like, I know that the location is over here in YoRHa, but I think you start it here. And I'm only seeing 2 blue quests. And they're both level 70, which would mean that they're not the Alliance quest, which either means that I need to complete something here first, or, like one of these other blue quests first, or, I don't know. Let me figure this out. Hang on. Okay, yes. So this is the quest I have to start with, so. Word about YoRHa. A new rumor has the dwarves of YoRHa in a right tizzy. You heard the latest rumor out of YoRHa. The strangest find in recent memory. Though actual details as to what said find actually is have yet to emerge. If you do happen to come into any juicy tidbits, I'd be keen to hear them. The suspense is killing me here. I don't have any of my fun mounts on this character, I've realized. That's alright. It is what it is, so it's not a big deal or anything. But yeah, I have to go over here to YoRHa now. What about YoRHa? Right all the way over there. So I did look it up, and like there's like 3 quests we have to do here. And then they will lead into the Alliance raid. So, but this is technically part of the Alliance raid quest line. So, I figured that this is a good spot to start at because of that. Because I think, like, the idea is that this, like, introduces, Anog, if I remember right, and, like, the dig site. I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a new discovery of untold value that only a select few are allowed to see for themselves. That said, there may come a time when I find myself utterly fascinated by that pile of rocks over there, and would be completely oblivious to anyone attempting to sneak past. You're a woman of the world, ain't you? Don't make me say it plain. Fucking wait, how bloody stupid are you? You, the imbecile, give me, the guard, 10,000 gil. Then you, the imbecile, get to walk past me, the guard, and see the amazing find. Got it? Bribe the guard? About time you started playing by the rules. Lolly, what in the blazing hells do you think you're doing, man? Ho! That ain't a way for a guard to behave, is it? No, sir, Chief, sir. No rations for you tonight. Chief, no, mercy, mercy! It's not fair, I tell you. Dwarf toils day in and day out for pittance. Always try and make a little something extra on the side. And what does it get him? Right, well, anyway, bug off. None may pass without the chief's permission, which I know you haven't got. Wait, don't tell me. I assume you came all this way to put in for the position? Sorry, but it's already been filled. Came all this way for what now? Eh? Don't go playing silly buggers with me. Queer ruins we found deep in a cavern through a tunnel over there. One filled with all kinds of machina, to the point we've started calling it a bloody machina graveyard. Yes, well, we were looking to hire on another guard, for the position's since been filled by that fellow what tried to swindle you a moment ago. So you're out of luck, I'm afraid. But chin up, lass. Your time will come round again soon enough. Since you're here and still unemployed, mind delivering a message for me? It's for two young'uns in YoRHa, Anog and Konog, sister and brother, twins. Fond of wearing white and black. Twin thing, I suppose. The message is as follow. A lolly bleedin' ho. There's no place for children to be messing about. Stay far, far, far away, or else. Got it? I don't remember which is which. Like, I don't remember which. I don't remember. I think Anog is the brother and Konog is the sister, but I don't remember. I do remember being extremely disappointed by this alliance raid. But that is partly why I am... Oh, what the frick? Apparently they were right freaking here. But that is partially why I'm like rerunning this and re-recording it. Because I want to see if maybe somewhere in the quest line I missed something. Or if, like, it was really as bad as I thought it was. You got business with us? The chief put you up to this, and you agreed. Haven't you got anything better to do with your time? Wait, those garments, the quiet confidence. Those powerful neck muscles, sculpted by a lifetime of nodding. This is the sinner everyone's been talking about, sister. She's the guileless fool we've been waiting for. The perfect patsy. Good thinking, brother. Let's get right to it, then. You wouldn't happen to be that kindly stranger everyone likes and adores? You are, aren't you? Perhaps you'd be willing to do us a teensy little favor? Of course you would. My brother and I are conducting some highly secret research at the moment, but we've hit a dead end. To continue, we need to get our hands on an automation core. So, I'm to be your patsy? Oh, don't be silly. Everyone knows you're the soul of generosity. A sinner who cannot help but render aid to a fellow sinner in their hour of need. Not for fame or fortune or any other reward, but simply for the joy of it. Am I wrong? This is another one of those moments where it really doesn't matter what I have to say, isn't it? Now you're on the trolley. The core we require is being stored with other sundry materials on the cliffs above us. Once you have it, bring it to my sister. Automation core. I do know one part of this raid series that I legitimately hate, but I'm not gonna get on that at the moment. There's the sinner now. And this is the core I spy in her hot little hands. For use with any number of mining automata, and to further the grand secret designs of two young dwarves. Brilliant! All we've got to do is sell this for a small fortune, then we'll be one step closer to seeing our plans for world domination to fruition. Oi, Anog, lolly nay on the domination hoe. Oh, right, that was a close one, brother. Now then, for our next request. Lolly, what in the hells are you two up to, ho? If you are even thinking of taking advantage of the good sinner, I'll tan both your hides and toss you from the top of White Oil Falls. Now get you gone. Sir, yes, sir. Sorry about that. They don't know any better. On account of them being all on their own, the parents, they've lost more than most, you could say. More than anyone ever should. Anyway, I've been meaning to ask. Everyone says you're the soul of generosity. A sinner who cannot help but render aid to her fellow sinner in their hour of need. Not for fame or fortune or any other reward, but simply for the joy of it. Am I wrong? I swear you just repeated nearly word for word what those two... Never mind. We're short a lantern at the dig site. Should be another in the cave just outside the village. Mind going and fetching it for me? Of course you don't. Once you've got it, bring it to me at the dig. Oh, and don't worry, I'll see you compensated for the trouble. Great start to the quest line. I can never remember. Oh yeah, down here. Seriously, you already know that, like, it's gonna be bad when they don't even know how to, like, begin the story for you. There you are. Promise that lantern you're holding for yours truly? Like any other lantern, but for use in mines, hence the distinction. Though it invites the question of whether or not any lantern used in a mine would then automatically be designated a mining lantern by virtue of its location at said point in time. Much obliged. Here, a little something for your trouble. Never let me say a dwarf character doesn't pay his debts. Anyway, if we've nothing else to discuss, just let us pass. Just let us pass already. I want to see the ruins. Please, 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 please. No, 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 no. It's dangerous and off limits. And even if I were the sort of man who could be bribed, which I'm not, I'd be shocked if you two had anything valuable enough for me to risk my neck looking the other way. Why are you and everyone else so bloody obsessed with trying to get a look at the cavern filled with mysterious Machina anyway? It's just a bloody scrap heap, isn't it? No, it's so much more. Based on our research, we have reason to believe that those ruins contain... Hush, sister. How many times must you nearly give the game away? It's supposed to be our secret. Oh, yes, right. It's just so hard sometimes to contain my enthusiasm. Nothing. These ruins contain nothing of value whatsoever. We shall leave you to your affairs, honorable guard, sir, and bid thee farewell. Honestly, I'm beginning to hope that there really is nothing of value in there for all the trouble it's causing. But I was about to say, if we've got nothing else to discuss, then you'd best be on your way. It's dangerous to wander about an active dig, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. Cool. So after this quest, we will, like, this quest can be done, like, anytime, but the next quest is the one that starts the 5.1, like, storyline. Or I should say the 5.1 Alliance Raid storyline. So, at some point I would like to sit down and play through Shadowbringers again. Just to kind of remember all of what happened. But that can happen, you know, another time. Poked around Coma, did you? Learn anything about that big find? A machine graveyard, eh? Interesting, interesting. This could be the beginning of a great and grand adventure, or an utterly nonsensical one. Though that does have its appeal on occasions, I'll allow. Now, if we were in 5.0, that would literally be as far as this quest went. Because that was literally that quest line there was the 5.0 version. This is the 5.1. A certain gossipy dwarf has news that might be of interest to you. Hail, sinner! You heard about the string of thefts in Comra? What do they have in the fog issues behind them? Not a clue. They've gotten desperate to find the culprit, I'm told, pointing fingers at Eddie, who so much as sneezed in a suspicious fashion. Why, the next thing you know, they'll be blaming their old rivals in Tomra. Wicked fight! They would do that, wouldn't they? Damn those thin-bearded blighters. Listen, Sitter, you go and tell them that if they try to pin this on us, there'll be consequences. And now we have to fly all the way there. Because why put an aetheryte next to the Alliance raid when you could not do that? Sorry, goodness. I started the recording and like prior to starting the recording, like my sinuses were perfectly fine. And yet, like all of a sudden, my sinuses are like attacking me. Ugh. Gosh dang. And I don't know why. Yes, lolly bleeding ho, it's you. My apologies, sinner. Been under a bit of stress lately. Don't really have time to chat. Although, perhaps you can help. I know you welcome these sorts of requests for aid, after all. Things have been going missing, you see. First it was just the odd tool here and there. Then the thief began making off with finds from the dig. Valuable finds. If you've got the time, I could use some help in identifying the culprit. I don't like to think of it, but it's likely the thief is one of our own. Hard to access the site otherwise, and I've investigated most of the unfamiliar faces in town to no avail. Can't very well ask you to stroll up to folks with a lolly-ho. Done any crimes lately? But do have a look around. Perhaps you can find a clue that I've overlooked. I'll take anything at this point, frankly. Back into town. Like, it would be one thing if there wasn't a literal dwarven city right here. But there is. It's down here again. Of course it is. Also, can I just say that it's hilarious that the dwarven, like, fences, like, literally wouldn't keep anybody out? Like, you build walls around your city to keep people out, you know? These would keep nobody out. You don't look to have our criminal stuff in your pack there. I think you found some manner of clue. The jeweled bracelet, a polished gem-encrusted accessory that appears rather valuable. Hold on, I think I've seen this before. It belonged to a young lady in the village, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't say how she came by such a valuable trinket. Seeing as regular folk can hardly fail to notice when something jewel-encrusted goes missing, she'll like as not be wondering where it's gone right about... Ugh. She'll like as not be wondering where it's gone right about now. Probably find her in a panic. All the better for getting her to spill her secrets. Like, I sometimes can't read. So... Thrice damned beardless son of a shake-eating hob! Where, oh where, could my bloody bracelet have gone? You found it? You're returning it too? Well, bugger my beard. Thank you ever so much. It was a gift and I'd hate to have lost it. A gift from who, you ask? You probably don't know him. He's a guard over at the dig site. I had no idea that sort of job pays so well, but it must. When we met, he was a right bastard where money was concerned. Could hardly get him to pay for my ale. But of late he's been downright generous. In a much better mood, too. Oh, and so very affectionate. Yes. Focus on the bracelet, if you insist. I don't know where he got it, though. We don't do a lot of talking. If you're that curious, you'll have to ask him. He keeps watch over the entrance day and night, so he's not a difficult man to find. It's our dwarven guard from the last quest. Hey look, Anog and Kanog. Come on, let us in, let us in. Come on, you know you want to. What I want is for you two to bugger off. I'm a watchman, not to stand here while everyone annoys the piss out of me, man. Don't look now, Anog, but our very dear friend is here. And so very heavily armed, too. I'm sure she can settle this little dispute. Of all the... Why are you here? As if costing me my dinner weren't enough. How did I afford a jewel-encrusted bracelet on a watchman's salary? That's none of your concern. No, but I have the feeling the chief will be quite concerned indeed. Humph. Doubt my words all you like. I won't be intimidated by the likes of you. Slashed out. This proves nothing, you hear me? Nothing! I don't know what you're accusing him of. I'm absolutely sure he's guilty of it. More importantly, he's made off with the key. After him! Whee! Off we go. But yeah, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, is go back through these quests. This is actually the third time I have attempted to do this. So, we'll see how it goes this time. I get through the first, like, quest line, and I'm like, I'm already tired of it. We got you cornered. I don't think he's alone, sister. Oh dear, hasty retreat does seem to be in order. Just so. That's right, surprise triplets! What now, balding? Baldling? Because, you know, we have no beard. Gog Beard Ripper. I mean, what did they think was gonna happen? Hello. Very well, I confess I did it. Or, we did it. We took turns keeping watch while the others picked over items from the dig site. Sold off whatever seemed valuable. We would have gotten away with it, too. If it weren't for those meddling kids. Also, you, however old you are. I just wanted to impress her. There's no chance of that now. All I can do is grovel before the chief and hope they doesn't punish me too harshly. I noticed that something shiny and metallic has fallen to the ground. Picking up the glimmering object, you see it is the very key to the dig site that Anog and Konog were so keen to obtain. It's the Dwerger Mountains, by the way. That's case closed, then. It's a good job that you showed up. Who knows how long this farce would have continued otherwise. As for you, you won't be getting any dinner tonight, that's for certain. No, anything but the dinner! Think that I was employing 3 brothers in disguise this entire time. I doubt I'll be changing my vocation to detective anytime soon. On the threshold, the dig site chief has noticed that Anog and Konog are conspicuously absent. Pass it by. Haven't seen Anog and Konog, have you? Usually when they go this long without getting underfoot, it means they're up to something. I'd be grateful if you track them down again and send them my way. They're peskier than a pack of pixies, but even so, I'd rather keep them where I can see them. Well, that's the watch taken care of. I never did get that key. You mean this key? You mean to say that you picked it up? And no one's even noticed it's missing? Splendid! So open the door and then you may escort us on our foray. After all, everyone knows that the only thing that brings you more joy than being of service to your fellow man is adventure. Indeed, your adventurous spirit calls you towards ever greater challenges, no matter how staggeringly ill-advised or outright suicidal. Rude, but fair, I suppose. Isn't it just? Hurry along now. There are secrets to be found here, and we'll be the one to bring them to light. And possibly to market, depending. Maybe we'll even give you a share of the spoils. A small one, mind. Okay, but how do I fit through the door? I mean, I'm a Hure, at least. So, you know, I can probably duck down just fine. But, like, I want to know how a Rogadin or a Hrothgar get through there. Again, Hrothgar are, like, twice the width of it. And Rogadin are, like, 3 times the height of it. Locked, which bodes well for us finding something worth our time within. Assuming we could get it open. The moment of truth, then. Bombs. What? I mean, really? Did we not think that the bombs he put down were gonna explode? That was easy. Intruder sighted. Eliminating with extreme prejudice. Bombs. Whee! What have you done? I'll have to see if I can get the rest of the cutscenes. From Cassandra, because there's no way I'm freaking doing the 8 weekly quests after this freaking raid, after the raid series is over. I have so many issues with this raid series. Like, so many of the choices of this raid series are so dumb. Wicked White! The machine life forms. Machine life forms? What are you talking about? Why didn't you blow up? I am 2P. Call me 2P. The rest can wait. The one and only time the name 2P is canonized. The machine life forms must be stopped. To do that, we must reach the heart of the ruins. Come. Anog, Konog, don't you dare! How bloody stupid are they? Listen, Sinner, I know we've put you to plenty of trouble already, but I need you to stop them before they dig themselves any deeper. At this rate, someone's going to get hurt. Don't worry, I got this. And I'll bring my 23 other friends along with me. Where they come from, I have no idea. But they do. Another door. Who needs this many doors? Sealed for defensive protocols, I believe. It's bomb time. Protocols, schmotocols. We've got something for this immovable object. Unstoppable force. Bombs. What? Why are we always surprised that the bombs are gonna explode, though? How do you like that? I'm sure you were told to keep us from getting into trouble or some such nonsense, right? But who took care of those machines? Us. Who got the door open? Us. Who's gonna find out what's in there? Us. Alright. This is what? Copied Factory, I believe? Yes. Puppet's Bunker is the second one. Right then. So while we're waiting for the queue to pop, I figured there's a couple of things I need to do in the meantime. One of those is I need to come over here and talk to the mender because my earrings are at 27% durability. Something about, you know, all of my classes are below level 90, you know. So these earrings get used on all of my classes. So, you know, there's that. But that aside, I guess I need to go to the Crystarium. I could have also gone to Yulmore. But Crystarium is fine. I want Monk and Samurai for striking gear. Okay, so I have all of the accessories, so it's just these. I haven't hit level 80 on these classes yet, but I am getting close. And while I still have the ability to, you know, buy gear for those classes. I figure I might as well, you know? I tried to clear out my sinuses while I was paused there. But you know how my sinuses are if you've been watching the channel or streams for a while. Hey, Triple Decker 3. Our reward is Deck Hoarder title. Cool. It means nothing to me. But cool nonetheless. Okay, yeah, I can purchase all the weapons from here. I like that this is the paladin weapon. A pickaxe. And then there's the hammer. The problem is, I was kind of hoping it was dyeable. But it's not. I don't... Like, I was thinking, oh, I can buy the hammer, you know? As like a fun glam. But none of this is dyeable. Because reasons. Also, this is literally the same scythe that is in Skydeep. It's just that the Skydeep one isn't green. Well, maybe I won't buy the hammer then, because I don't like the green. I don't like green, which is unfortunate, because this one, like, the pistol looks pretty cool. But I just do not like the color green at all. And every one of them, I mean, I understand it's Dwarven Mithril, which is green, you know? So they're all going to be green. But like, but also they're all green. You know? Blech. This one is dyeable. This is the Hydurium, which is the first Endwalker here. Doesn't look too bad either. I know I already have the level 100 what's it called? This thing. The Curtly Lover's Lebris. And I do like it. But also, like, it's not sharp. Like, what is this? It's an axe. Why is there no blade on it? Like, what the frick? I know that most of the axes are like that. But, like, at least some of them have, like, a little bit more of an edge. You know? But yeah. That is, unfortunately, just a thing with some of the axes. They are the most blunt. The Final Fantasy axes are the most blunt axes I have ever seen. Like, what is this? It's ridiculous. This one has somewhat of an edge, at least. And it can be dyed pink. Actually, that looks kind of awesome. I won't lie. Might consider that. Then you've got the Blue Spirit axe, which is this like crystalline axe, which is cool, but like, I don't know. Like, some of these are pretty cool looking. Ten minutes in queue, 20-minute average wait time. Always fun. And apparently they're like changing it so that you don't have to do roulettes in the next freaking expansion. And I hope they realize that that's gonna completely kill dungeons and raids. Because nobody's gonna do roulettes if they don't have to do roulettes. And without roulettes, nobody's gonna be able to do any of the dungeons. Axe of Light. Huh? I have never seen this thing before. I guess I've never looked at these. These are Hades. Totem of Light, which I would assume is Titania. Oh, I bet these are the ultimate raid. The Alexander ultimate raid. Which, like, I kind of was excited, you know, to like get into the Alexander ultimate raid and, like, you know, do it at one point, until I learned that you can't do it unsync, and frick that. I'm sorry, 99% damage debuff if you take any hits. Nah. I'm good on that. Thanks. Well, I kind of assumed that we would get into this a little faster than we are. So maybe we will do another little pausey until you know, until the queue pops. Not even like 10 seconds later. Sights of the First. While we're waiting, what does that do again? Nuts to you. Must complete Elite and Dangerous and Travelers of Norvant. Which quest is Elite and Dangerous? I wonder. Ishgard? Huh? What do you mean Ishgard? I'm confused by that. I have to go to freaking... I have to do something for level 60 to unlock the level 80 freaking hunt board. Because that makes sense. What I should do. Just switch it. Switch it to English. Not that the voices seem to be in English now. Also, why am I main tank? Yep. Love slow moving orb that you completely dodge and then get hit by. It's a great mechanic. Also, hopefully audio isn't too loud. I believe the settings are still the same as what I used during Dawnfell. I guess I could double check. $40, $50, $60, yeah. These are the same settings I had on Dawnfell, so if it's too loud, apologies. Clicking spin. I'm really worried though about the freaking Evercold Alliance raids. Cause like how bad these were, I'm really concerned about how bad Evangelions are gonna be. Just because like how do you convert an anime? You know? Like, they did not do a good job of converting another video game into freaking Final Fantasy 14. Like, I'm kind of concerned about how converting an anime into FF14 is going to go. Oh my gosh, why do I have Vuln for? What has even than hitting me. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know I know where 3 of those came from. Or I know where 1 of those came from. I don't know where the other 3 came from. Because the one that I know of is the one I complained about. Slow-moving orb that hits you despite the fact that you were not in range of it. Yep. Well, there's really nothing I can do here but run around. It's okay. You know, just pull the boss all over the place. Preliminary defense breach. I don't actually know if there's any voicing outside of like a couple of the like overcom messages. These things, sure. It's like it goes on forever. I will admit that the first time I did this, I was under the impression that all of this was like happening out in the empty, and that didn't make any sense to me, but it's not. Like, I forget that this place that we're in is an island. And while it's near the empty, it's never actually, like none of the island actually goes into the empty. And so I'm willing to admit that, like, one issue I had with the story was something that was not an issue. And I have since learned. You know? And again, this is part of why I was like, well, maybe I missed some things. You know? Maybe if I rerun it, I will, like, pick up on some of the things that I missed. Because, like, clearly I missed several parts of this raid. I mean, that's a common statement when I, like, you know, mention, like, how confused I am. It's like people would be like, did you, you know, pay attention to the story? I'm like, I thought I did. And then usually I respond by saying, like, this is the story, right? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. But I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt and try running this again, you know, completely fresh. You know, as fresh as can be, anyway. You know, I know the mechanics. But because I know the mechanics, like, I can try to pay a bit more attention to, like, the story, so. It's quiet. Too quiet. He do be hanging around up there. Actually, I was just watching a compilation of Aaron's, like, what was it called? Aaron's mastery of the English language. And all of the, like, stutters and, like, you know, like he says something and it's, like, completely weird, you know, off and what have you. And it's just, like, it's got me thinking right now, like, I bet somebody could do a compilation of that for, like, me. Because, like, Aaron from Game Grumps, by the way, for those maybe, you know, not familiar, Aaron Hansen. By the way, can I just say, I love things that block the camera. This is great design. I love when freaking mechanics block the camera. It's great design. Not awful in the slightest. And like you can see, I mean, it's happening infrequently now, but like, oh, also if the claw just went away, but like the entire time the claw is there, like if you move the camera, you'll randomly find points where it just gets in the way. But like, you're moving the camera to like pay attention to stuff, you know? Maybe this is just an ADHD thing, you know, maybe this is just a me problem, you know, ADHD or something. But like, I'm regularly like moving the camera around so that I have the ability to pay attention to everything. And then stuff gets in the way. Like, I don't know, what do you want me to say? You know? Again, don't put things in the way when I need to be able to see. I think we got put on the fire to flamethrower wall. Boy, I sure am glad that, you know, the lasers don't slice me into pieces somehow. Like, yes, there is a level of, you know, what is it called? I actually can't think of the term. Whoops, home gang. God, I can't think of the term. I hate my brain sometimes. Suspension of disbelief. I asked in the chat. I was like, what's the term for, like, pretending, like, you know, like ignoring things that make no sense in games, you know, it's a game. Suspension of disbelief. Suspension of disbelief. That's the term I was trying to think of. Like, yes, there is a level of suspension of disbelief, right? It's like, okay, I'm getting shot by a laser. But it's a video game, you know? And especially in, like, Final Fantasy. Because they do that, they kind of do that a lot in, like, the Final Fantasy games. It's like, you know, you're freaking sword and shield, and yet you're fighting freaking, you know, literal robots here. Like, look at this. Also, light fast blade sure doesn't look fast to me. Takes like freaking 20 seconds to charge up. Okay, maybe it's only like 10 seconds. But like, you would think that light fast blade would be light fast. 5 seconds. I'm willing to say that's about 5 seconds. Also, you see that white border, like back, like barrier here? Oh my gosh. Seriously. Somebody make a freaking compilation. See this white barrier? You're not considered out of combat until that barrier goes down. So if you are Picto, like, even though the purple barrier goes down, you have to wait for the white barrier to go down before you can use your motifs. Or muses? Whichever the first, whatever the like, paint one is. I always forget. I don't know. I push buttons. I don't remember names. I push buttons and I know what button do. So I do bring up suspension of disbelief because how are we hitting this guy? Like, listen. I get big boss, you know, boss so big, you know, you stand at the edge of the arena and you hit. Like, fine. I understand that. This is not boss is big, you stand at edge of arena. I mean, look, his hitbox is half of the arena in size. And I've calculated the distance, roughly. You know, I don't know the exact distance. But I have deduced That's not the right word, but whatever. That he is like 500 yalms from the edge of the arena. Like, if you were up here, like, he's still 500 yalms away, kind of thing. So, when range classes have a 30 yalm range at most, and the arena here is roughly about 100 yalms, which makes this part 50 yalms. How the frick are we hitting this guy? And like, look, I advocate for suspension of disbelief just as much as anybody. This is ridiculous. We're throwing this guy in, but we don't actually know how you would fight him in Final Fantasy XIV. So we're just not even going to bother to think about it. Like, we could be on him, fighting him, you know? Like, this is legitimately what worries me about the Evangelion raid that's coming. Because the angels are that big, if not bigger. Like, is this going to be what every Alliance raid battle is like? You know, what every boss is like in freaking 8.0. You know, 8.1, 8.3, and 8.5. Because, oh my gosh. It's so dumb. Like, I feel like there had to be another boss from Nier that they could have put here instead. You know? Like, there had to be another boss that could have taken this guy's slot. Yes, I know nothing about Nier. But aren't there like 7 games? Wasn't this for like Nier Automata or something? Like the newest one? So we're like, if there's like 7 games now, then there were like 6 games then. And you're telling me that they couldn't have found another boss to put here? But if this ends up being how the Evangelion fights are, where we're freaking way out here and they're way out there, maybe I'll just, you know, accept that this is now a way that Final Fantasy XIV has decided bosses can exist. Thank you. I love stuff that gets in the way of the camera. It's so fun. Whoop, that's the left arm. Well, right arm. But it's the left side that he's attacking. Oh my gosh, everybody is dead in the raid. Or at least in our alliance, anyway. Hey, we killed him about the same time. That doesn't happen very often. And like, this is where the target is, by the way. So if you play like me and are about at this angle, you actually can't target this guy. Like, if I untarget, like, I can't target. I have to be like this in order to target. But again, I haven't got exact measurements for how, you know, far away he is. But you can see that in this space, he fills up the space between the two arenas, you know? And if each arena is, as I said, about 100 yalms, then he's like 300 to 400 yalms away. Because he himself fills up the space. But then there's the distance between him and the arena. That's him, the one controlling the machines. Oh well. I guess they just decided that they couldn't, you know, hire the voice actors from the game. Now I destroy you once and for all. You know, even though every raid, I think every raid after this gets voice acting. Like, not in the cutscenes, but like in the raid cutscenes. So like, and I mean, Ivalice had like in raid voice acting, so even the raid before this had voicing, you know? We good, or guess we good. Whoops. Now, since I am vocalizing, I won't have to annoy the Alliance raid with my many issues with this stupid fight. This is, like, that last fight was the stupidest one. By far. But, like, I don't know, for some reason I'm more vocal on this one. Like, this fight is almost cool. I think maybe that's why I'm more vocal about it, because this fight's not really that bad. You know, it's not as, like, stupid as Angels is. But at the same time, like, it's just long enough that it aggravates me so much. Well, Serene, you don't seem to have any issues with it yet. That's because I haven't hit the parts that are stupid. Like this part. So, like, he decouples from the thing, right? And, like, okay, now he can't attack it. So, like, he just went invuln. But, like, so, like, why doesn't he just stay in this form? You know? Like, we can't hurt him. He clearly has the edge over us. I mean, this person just got freaking Vuln 6. But then he's just like, alright, you know, I shot some, like, bullets at you. And, like, I'm, you know, it's, you know, impossible to hit me in this state. But instead of, you know, staying that way, I'm just gonna land back on and become vulnerable again. And yes, there is suspension of disbelief, I get it. You know, well, the invuln is a game mechanic part. Not here, it's not. He literally has a shield. Like, he just puts up a shield. And he's invincible. Why doesn't he just leave the shield up? Like, it's so dumb. And then, okay, so then he triggers, like, self-destruct on the one tank. And it blows up the entire arena. So then the other tank self-destructs, but it's not? Logic? Zero. And here, he again puts up a shield. Why doesn't he just leave the shield up? This is not how missiles work, by the way. They can't do that. Alright. Guess I'm not attacking my target. Which one of these doesn't have a tank? There's 3 tanks, 3 mobs. And yet somehow, all of them were being tanked. I'm sorry. Look at how many missiles this is. How did the platform survive? Like, it's so dumb. Like, there's suspension of disbelief. And then there's this raid. Also, like, aren't these guys supposed to be from, like, the super future in Nier? So, like, if a missile that exists in our world today, one missile could blow up this entire platform. And he just dropped, like, 15 of them. You're gonna tell me that the platform survived? Nah. I'm sorry. But there's no way. Not only the platform survived, but we survived. you know, just casually going in Vuln again, no big deal. Why not just stay in this form? He clearly has the advantage in this form. There's no reason for him not to stay in that form. And okay, I'm willing to say, sure, the invuln part is, you know, game mechanic. But what about the freaking bullets and missiles that he's dropping on the arena? Like, really? He has every advantage in that. Like, it's fun, and it's a neat fight, and then they decide to just screw every bit of logic, and it's like, oh, yeah, we're just gonna do nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. Also, I've been on the wrong scene. Not scene, but... oh, hey, cool. Got that. Got it. Okay, I got that, so I don't need the other one. I'm actually rolling on stuff here because Rin doesn't have anything. And I think the only other part of loot is the other storage crate. Which I will let the 4 people that were left over figure out what to do there. Also, like, spoilers, I guess, if you don't know the rest of the plot, but aren't the machines on her side? Why were we just fighting them? Oops. And I know this is a near thing, but what? Why with the freaking blindfolds? Like, I know it's a near thing, but like, why the blindfolds? Maybe others lying in wait. We should withdraw. Like, do they see with their eyes? Because if so, why the blindfolds? Do they see without the, like, are the blindfolds something that, like that they can see with the blindfolds, but they can't see that without? If so, why eyes underneath the blindfolds? Like, these are the things that are supposed to be thought about when you begin writing. These are the things that should already have an answer before you even get into the actual writing process. And yet, she just collapsed. One minute she was walking ahead of us, the next, well, as you see here. So after all of that, perhaps the greater shock is that you're still standing. I'm impressed and a little bit scared. Truly, you're wasted on the petty errands that everyone else put you up to. Good gravy. Oh, are you feeling better? More importantly, who was that boy in black? How was he controlling the machines? Not a boy, an android. An advanced machine designed in imitation of mankind. Same as me. You're a machine? But that's impossible. Wow. It's hard enough to make a fully functioning Ironbeard, or a wind-up automaton that bears a passing resemblance to a real person. Create machines that look and act and fight like you two. Who could possibly have done such a thing? And how? But fine. Let's say for the moment that I believe you. How would one of these androids want to attack us? I don't know, but he's not the only one out there. If the other androids come looking for these ruins, I can't promise they won't be just as aggressive. Anyone who gets in their way could be in terrible danger. This whole place could be in danger. If they're anything like what we just saw, I don't like our chances. Don't be silly. We have our clever minds. We have loads of explosives. We have an exceptionally violent assistant. And we even have an android of our own. I'm sorry. My systems took too much damage in that battle. I don't think I'll be functional for much longer. I can only tell you what you need to do. Deep within the ruins lies the key. Find it. With it, we can stop them. Machines, the androids. With it, you can restore. Restore the functionality, maybe? What in the hells was that about? Oh, a very promising discovery is what? So we must persevere, onward, inward, away. I knew that there was something of value in there. Once we get our hands on it, they'll see. They'll all see. Oh, nothing. What? Did you hear something? The real question is, do we pack more explosives this time? Maybe we can fit some in your pack as well. You are coming along, right? Oh, who am I kidding? I know you wouldn't miss it. I'm sure I wouldn't be given the choice to miss it. How charming that you continue to pretend to care about my opinion. Yes, we both know that you're loving this. And I have a present for you. Feast your eyes on this. It's a one-of-a-kind recording device. The portable archive. If you spot anything odd, anything at all, march right up to it and let this collect its data. Then we'll have a nice little set of records to review. I know, we're brilliant. Anyway, find a place for that in your pack, and do take care of what other preparations need doing. We'll be ready to go when you are. Collection expanded. Portable archive acquired. Yay. Something that's totally not obnoxious in any way. Where the frick even is the collection section? There it is. I was gonna say, I can never freaking remember where it even is. Portable archive. Here we go. Just put that over here for now. No, I can't put that there because that is class specific. So I don't want to do that. Portable archive. Literally nothing in it. An academic dispute. Analog won't be kept from the secrets of the ruins a moment longer. Ready? Trick question. Don't care. Let's go. Now for the fun part. And definitely not one of the dumbest things that they put in here. Just think, machines equal to man. No, perhaps even greater. If we can find the key, we can figure out how they work. If we can fix 2P and then... And what? Slow down and use your head. How are we to know that any of what she said was true? Oh, so you'd have us sit on our hands instead of pursuing the untold power that sleeps in these ruins? Twiddle our thumbs while others race ahead and claim the prize? I'm as intrigued as you are, but I would not have us put our blind faith in someone we've only just met. Particularly someone making such wild claims. Were we to bring this key to her, there's no telling what she might do with it. Humph, if you want to be a coward, be my guest. Be boldly forging a path forward as, if you recall, we planned to do. If we can secure 2P's continued assistance, all the better. What about you? You can either dive into the great unknown with me, or stick in one toe at a time like a beardless baby. And now the quest line splits in two for a moment. Okay, this is the last quest line in this section. Don't fret about Konog. He'll see that I'm right and come crawling back eventually. So much that we could learn here about these ruins, living machines, and 2P is the best source of information we've got. We need to seize this opportunity while we can. So, are you coming or what? Support Analog's approach? Can I do both, or am I required to pick one of these? I don't remember. Sorry, I'm just double checking the quest online to see. Okay, yeah, you could. It looks like you have to pick one or the other. No point in arguing further. She's immune to reason when she gets like this. Happy to continue investigating. Of course I am. That's why we've gone to all this trouble. We need to be careful as to how we go about it, especially when 2P is concerned. I don't trust her. At least not yet. Even should we find this key, we ought to be discreet as possible about sharing our plans and information. Don't you agree? So both of these quests give you the same reward. So I'm thinking you can only pick one or the other. The wiki doesn't actually note, like, say. But it does look like you can only pick one or the other, so. Also, let me just freaking clear out some of this stuff. And this gives me an outfit, I believe. Yes. The number 2 type B outfit. So there's that. Which is, I mean, it's fine. It's, you know, 2B's outfit. So it is what it is. And then, you know, if you want to, you can make it into 2P's outfit. Though I think you need the pure white. But either way. Maybe you can't do... Maybe there actually isn't one that's the same color as hers. Interesting. But yeah, I have no idea if I will ever actually use these. I'm pretty sure that I dumped these in my glamour dresser. On freaking Cassandra. And then I don't think I've touched them since. Let's go with the voice of reason. Should you give your support to Konog's approach, Anog's path will no longer be available to you. Please note, however, that your choice will not affect the rewards and challenges to come. Heads, I win. Voice of no return, guitar. Anog is ready to proceed, with caution. Indeed. I knew you'd have the sense to listen to me. Let's get started, shall we? What you do, like, who you pick literally doesn't matter. You do the same thing. So now we get the fun part of running through the entire raid for no reason. Identified Expedition Log 2 found. So, I hope you enjoyed, you know, running through this to begin with. Because, you're gonna be doing this like 10 more times. I'm not kidding. Because they make you do this for both, for the first and second raid. And then they give you a weekly mission for 8 weeks that has you coming in here to either the first or second raid and just running around finding random crap. It's so dumb. Don't like relying on this place's internal mechanisms, particularly to dangle me over a gaping chasm. Seems we have little choice. Maybe if I close my eyes. It's a good thing we're strong. Before we proceed, we should decide upon what to do in the event that we become lost in this maze of a place. These teleportation devices should serve. If you can't find your way back to me, use one to return to the entrance immediately. I'll meet you there. Isn't that just a vending machine? Got it? Hate to lose our muscle because you wandered off and fell into a pit somewhere. You're free to take a look around. Find anything noteworthy, bring it to me. Seriously though, I won't, like, I'm not joking when I say it took me almost a year to actually complete this the first time. Because you can't unlock the New Game Plus until you do the weeklies. And I had literally less than 0 interest in doing that. I was just like, no. I was hoping that maybe one day, you know, the devs might realize, like, hey, you know what would be a good idea? To remove the weekly requirement from this quest line. But no. Not at all. Machine research report. And all of this is going into that, the data thing. Look, that's the look of a woman who's onto something. Do share. Broken Kick'em Bob. Is it part of the enigmatic key or a fashionable accessory? Who knows? Not you. I bet that whatever this is part of a greater whole. Let's see if we can find any similar pieces. We may be able to reassemble it, if so. Oh, I can't actually go over there. Somebody's messaging me about something. I'm not entirely sure what they're asking me. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck they're trying to ask me. While also, you know, running around here. Tarnished thingamajig. Damaged pod. Machine research report 2. And now we have a pod. And keep in mind, like, the most I could do here is sprint. I can't use any mounts. So I have to freaking travel all of this on foot. Like, which is fine when you're in the raid. But freaking This place is so big. You have more parts for me, I trust. Tarnished thingamajig. You haven't the slightest idea what this might be for. Perhaps, in this case, that is a good sign. Rusty, what's it? The longer you stare at this odd piece of metal, the less you know what it is. Damaged pod, a piece of machina you recognize from your terrifying flight across the chasm. This one, however, seems unresponsive. Don't be a miser now, let me see them too. Oh, look at all these. Hard to say for sure whether we have everything until we take a crack at reassembling it, of course. But it's a start. And this pod. Been so wanting to take one of these apart. Do you hear something? Function resumed. Initiating repair process. Alert. Multiple life forms detected in proximity. Oh, my Amazon Prime has ended. Oh no. Whatever will I do now that I don't have freaking stupid Amazon Prime? Because it's stupid. Life forms would be us, I presume? Interesting. If it's still functional, there's no need for me to disassemble it. Pity. Still, I say we take it back with us. Any objections? No, of course not. So let's get on with it. Oh, what's this? It's him! So how he climbed back up here in that state. Well, you're the one who wanted to work with 2P. I'm sure she would say to destroy him for good. What do you say? Oh, brother, you know me too well. We take him with us, of course, just in case. He'll be our little secret. Kanag and I will be heading back out. I want to perform a proper analysis on these parts as soon as possible. Don't blame me if you want to look around a bit more first, though you had best share your findings. Back to the excavation tunnels. about time. You know those parts we found? We managed to cobble them together into a decent approximation of something. I was hoping that if I got the basics right, the pod could tell us what it's meant to be, but won't stop repeating processing and beeping at me. It worked when I was analyzing us, so theoretically it should be up to the task. Seems we'll have to wait for it to finish, whatever it is that it's doing. I have to take my tools to it, but if I can't put it back together, we'll be back to square one, so patience it is. Humph. In the meantime, we have quite a bit of other data to analyze. So much, in fact, that I'm certain we'll need a considerable amount of time, uninterrupted time, to work, if you take my meaning. Telling you to keep the chief off our backs for a while. I don't care how. Say this house is on fire if you like, or put it to the torch if you're not comfortable with lying. I don't think we'll have to go to anything quite that extreme. But it's fine. Lolly, mysterious machines from the ruins will kill us all ho, I suppose. Sorry, it's been a lot to take in. So we managed to keep our local miscreants out of trouble, safely studying our discoveries as we speak. Found them to be surprisingly competent, actually. It's true that when it comes to mechanical contraptions, you'll find none clever than those two, or more obsessive. If anyone's capable of solving the mystery of these ruins, it's them. Much I hate to say this, we should leave them to their own devices, for now. Yay! Okay, so that's apparently the end of the 5.1 stuff. So the next section is, I guess they added quests in 5.2. I think what I will do is I will cover each, like, 2 patches in an episode. So, like, I'll do this, 5.2, and then the 5.3 where the raid actually was. And I'm assuming that, yes, there's a 5.4 thing, a single quest in 5.4, and then from there, there's the rest of the stuff. And then maybe I'll see if I can figure out something for the freaking 8 weekly quests. It's so stupid, dude. I hate everything about this stupid freaking raid series. It's so dumb, dude. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist, where I probably have all 3 of the videos out. I mean, there'll be, one at a time. But I'm just saying, like, if you're watching this on, like, the 3rd day or whatever, I'm saying there will be 3 videos, basically. So, but yeah, I guess with that, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and come on out, twitch.tv/SereneInc. This was not streamed live there, but I usually do stream these live. So, like I usually stream my stuff. I usually stream live. They're not all pre-records. I don't know what I'm saying.